Hello, Scoreholio organizers and players. This is Ben with Scoreholio. I'm going to go over how to run handicaps within the system for the sport of cornhole. For this tutorial, I'm going to do a set schedule league. So that would be like a weekly league where everybody comes as a set teams. We also have it where you could do switch holio or singles, but this one will be a set schedule league. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to click on run a tournament and sign in. And when I do, I'm going to go to Cornhole, and here's my setup for Cornhole. This is where you can create your tournament over here and get everything going. I've already got one set up. On my right side, I'm going to have my app going, and this is going to be for how players do player scoring if you're going to have them score from their device. They will have to click this player profile, log in with their first name, last name, email. It's all we ask for. If they want to get rid of those ads, they can always click up here and upgrade to SPR Plus. They do get 1 month free, so let them know that. But we're going to go ahead and get into the tournament right now. So here's my tournament. I've already set it up so that way we can save some time. If I click on it and click on edit here, you're going to see that you get your first name, or you can put your name in there, where the tournament is, all that good stuff. This is a set schedule league. You can do this on round robin or brackets or anything like that. But for this tutorial, I'm doing a set schedule league, and I'm going to do set teams here as my team generation. Everybody's going to play one game and then they're going to play the next team, but we have a bunch of things like, best of three, must play three, all that good stuff as well. Here's our new feature. It's handicapping. And if you look here, I have handicapping enabled. There are going to be a bunch of different types. You can always click on this info button if you want to and see all the handicapping options. For this tournament, we're going to do enhanced. It's all we have right now. I'm going to make it a max of 3 handicaps. So the most that somebody can have is 3 points extra. For my format, this is where you're going to choose either 30-day PPR, 120-day PPR. PPR stands for points per round. And we have two new cool ones, which are the dynamic round PPR and dynamic match PPR. This will actually change their handicap as the tournament is going on. For the round, it'll literally every round look at their PPR at that current time in that tournament, and it will update their PPR. For match, it'll be after the match is submitted. They'll start the next match with that new PPR that they have and play that entire match with that PPR. We're going to go ahead and do round PPR. You can weight it. So let's say that somebody is a 9 PPR and they're playing against a 5 PPR, and so that's a 4 difference. So let's say we did 50%. That means that they would get 2 points for their PPR. You can always go up to 100. For this one, we're going to do 75%. And then starting PPR, because we're doing dynamic round PPR, that very first round, everybody would be 0-0. You can actually make it look at their 120-day PPR for that first round, and then it'll kick into the dynamic round PPR after that. So we're going to go ahead and leave that at 120-day PPR. All this other stuff, pre-registration, advanced stuff, you guys can go ahead and take a look at docs.scoreholio.com and learn more about that stuff if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and update this tournament. I didn't really need to, but it's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and click it again, and I'm going to go into the admin where all the magic happens for this tournament. Now you're going to notice I already have 8 teams in here, so that way we can save a little bit of time. I will show you real quick. If you ever need to edit some teams, information or, their record or anything like that, you can click on the blue line. That's the team line, and that will get them in. If you ever have subs or anything like that, you can always click on a player, remove a player from a team. It'll put them in the sub section. If you need to put a sub onto a team, you can always click on them and add them to a team like that. And now we have all of our teams here. So we have all our teams here. You'll see that I am Ben Voodoo, and I have been at scoreholio.com, which is the same thing I logged in as a player on my player profile, which means that I can player score. You'll see my account doesn't have this little bell like that. If they have the bell with the line crossed through, that means they have not logged in on the app under player profile with that email, which means they cannot get player scoring and they will not get alerts. So make sure they click that tab. Tell them to upgrade to SPR Plus just for us. Anyways, we're going to go here. We're going to click on the setup schedule. We have optimized schedule, time-based schedule. Go to docs.scoreholio.com to learn more about what does what. We're going to pretend like we're playing a 5-week league, and every day everybody's going to play 4 teams that day. So that night, they're going to play 4 games against 4 different, or 1 game against 4 different teams. And I'm going to go ahead and create the schedule. It's going to make that 5-week schedule for us. And so it will show who's going to play who. And I'm going to go ahead and show you on this side. This is my you know what? I'll wait a second because we'll go ahead and show you how they get an alert. But here's our schedule. You can learn a lot more about at the doc section about how to pause a game. If somebody's not going to be there, you can always come here and pause it and it moves it to the bottom, or adding games or moving games from week to week or postponing matches. All that stuff's in the doc section. This is about handicapping. Let's get into that. So in order to start a week, you come to this round robin tab. You bring in week 1. Click update. It's going to bring in all the week 1 games into this round robin section. You click this advanced game button and it's going to fill the courts. You're going to notice there's my alert because I'm up on court 1. So the players will get an alert. I'm going to click on this find a tournament tab as a player and I'm going to see upcoming, past, and mine. As long as I have mine and they need to have this oval highlighted to see them as a player. Here's my tournament here. And if I click on it and I click on dashboard here, it's going to bring me to the dashboard of that tournament. And here I am on court 1, just like my alert said. If I click on court 1, I can click this live score this match red button there, and it brings up my scoreboard. So when we're ready to play, I'm going to click start game, and it's going to go ahead and start the game. In order to score, I'm going to click on a number, and it's going to bring up the screen to score. Here's me. I'm going to say I'm playing against Carlos Dansby here. I'm a big Arizona Cardinals fan. Sorry for all the Cardinals players. But here we go. And so there's Ben against Carlos. I can click this little handicap button here, and I can see Ben is a 5.73. That's my 120-day PPR against Carlos's 120-day PPR, which is 4.5. So that is a 1 handicap difference. My max handicap is 3, but I'm doing it at 75%. So I'm not even going to get a point for this one. I get 0 handicap for this. So let's say I score an 8 and Carlos throws a 10 and we go ahead and submit this round. Now this next round, I'm going to go ahead and go fast because it's going to put Todd against Roy, and we're just going to go ahead and score this match because I want to go ahead and show you that it's a dynamic round match here. So if I click on the next one here, here's where it's going to say now I have a 1 handicap, because if we look, the first round I got an 8 and Carlos got a 10, so now that's 2, right? 2 difference. Now if we look at the max, or the weighting is 75%, I'm going to get 1 handicap score for that. So now I'm going to get 1. So let's say we both throw a 10 here. I'm actually going to get 1 point for my team. And so when I submit that, you're going to see that Ben's going to get 1 point here. So as you keep on going along, you're going to notice that in the next round that we throw against each other, it's going to be a little bit different because now I have a 9 PPR. He has a 10 PPR with that 75% weight. There's going to be nothing. So let's get a big difference here. Now I'm going to throw a 1, and Carlos really beats me here and throws a 12. That's going to make it so it's a little bit different here on this next one when we get to this round, because I really sucked in that last round. So now I'm going to have, when we look at this, a 3-point handicap because my PPR dropped to 6.33. Carlos's is up to 10.67. So now I have a 3 handicap. So if I score a 10, that's going to give me a 12, which is the max. You're never going to be able to go over a 12. And let's say Carlos throws an 8. I'm going to score 4 points on this one. So it's really going to get me some points on that one to help out my team. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get to the end here. And we're going to submit a game that gets them to 21. You're going to see if it's 8 to 21 there. It's 8 to 21 here. And we go ahead and click this submit scores and submit the scores. And it's going to take them off the court. It's going to put the new people on the court. And it's going to tell me that I lost, unfortunately. Boo-hoo. Anyway, so now the next team is up on this court. So now if we go back out of this dashboard here and we go back to the main screen of Scoreholio and we go back to this player profile tab, players will be able to come down to their tournament and they'll see that we give them a little handicap logo, the icon there, and that's how they know that this game was played with a handicap. And when they click on this game, they'll actually be able to go to things like a matchup and they'll see what the average handicap was for that player during that match. They can also go to the rounds tab and see things like, this player got a 3 handicap on that game there. And go ahead and look at all of the information that came along with that handicap for that match. But that's how you're going to go ahead and play it. The players can player score. You could use your tablets and go ahead and get handicaps throughout the entire time. Play around with it. See which one you like. 120-day PPR, 30-day PPR, one of our new dynamic methods. And if you ever need any help with anything on Scoreholio, always click this toggle chat button here, and we are there to be able to help you in no time with your tournament. Anyways, this has been with Scoreholio. That is handicaps, and it's easy peasy.